Welcome to Auto Tech. As you first come into the classroom, first thing you're going to see is you're going to see our entry SOP. As you see here, it says the class starts here. Number one, teacher DAP. That means you're basically going to come and greet the teacher. I like to be able to look into your eyes to make sure that you're here mentally as well as physically. Number two, cell phone daycare. That's where you'll be dropping your cell phones. And two, cell phone daycare. We'll explain that in a minute. And mailbox check. You want to make sure that you check the mailbox as you come in for assignments and class materials for that day. All right, when we first come in, the mailbox is going to be to your right. Auto Tech 1, you're going to take any papers that are located in the mailbox on the right. Auto Tech 2, you'll take the papers located in the mailbox on the left. Purple bin is the drop box. That's where you will drop any work that has been done in class that I'm collecting for that day. To check the mailbox, you're going to make sure that you come over here to cell phone daycare. Cell phone daycare is where you're going to drop your cell phone. Everyone is required to drop your cell phones in one of these pouches on my desk. There are some power strips located here on top of the desk where you can plug in your cell phones while you're in class while they're charging. You then proceed to any one of the desks. There is no assigned seating. I allow students to sit where they want as long as they are being engaged in class. If there comes a time where I feel that you're not engaged in class, then I will have you to move your seat. We do have a couple workstations here in the room. If you forget your laptop for that day, one computer is located here. The second computer is located here in the corner. These computers do not work the best, so I advise that you make sure that you bring your cell phone, your laptops every day. Textbooks for this class are located here on this shelf if we are in the need of textbooks for that day. This is the teacher's desk. This is primarily where I will be stationed for most of the class period while I'm teaching, unless I'm up giving you lectures. These are the main boards. On the west wall, we have teacher expectations. We have student expectations. We also have our competent classmate boards. When you become competent, then your name goes on that board. We have our SOPs kind of located around the walls. This is one when I need help. The second one is our performance scale. This is kind of how you're rated in class. All right. This is going to be our iPad cart. We do have iPads that we sometimes use in the shop, just depending on what we're doing that day. This is going to be our main screen of focus, where we're going to be getting all of our lectures. Are going to come onto that main screen from the secondary teacher desk. Additionally, when we have our earned days, we have foosball tables that you guys can play. We have a pool table that you guys can use, and then we have the video gaming corner here in the corner. This is where we have the PlayStation 2, the Xbox 360, and the Wii. All right. We're going to kind of walk out into the locker areas. First of all, when you first came in the main door, this room here that's labeled Office 95 is actually the female bathroom for all the females in the class. The bathroom is actually here in the corner. These are lockers for you ladies you can change into if need be. We have our emergency defibrillator here on the wall in case of emergency. We open up this door and take out the emergency defibrillator. We do have a hand sanitizing station here for your use. And we're moving into the corner. This is the men's bathroom. So this is where, gentlemen, you'll be going to use the bathroom. This is a hand washing station. When you're washing your hands, you step on that ring on the bottom and the water comes out. Make sure that you are drying your hands. This is the men's locker room. This is where, gentlemen, you'll be able to change into your clothes if you choose to. All right, we're going to move on out to the shop area. So anytime that we are in the shop, this is where we'll go. We'll start off in the classroom in every class period, but then we'll move out into the shop. All right. This is our auto shop. As I said, we have a fully functioning auto shop. We have toolboxes. We have 5 of these for the students. We have a big toolbox that we house our big main tools in. This is our alignment machine. When we're using it, we actually bring it into the middle of these 2 posts here. And we face it towards our scissor lift. This is one of our lifts that we have in the shop. This lift goes up and down, all the way up, in order for us to do alignments. We have 3 tire balancing machines, 1, 2, 3. And in this corner here, we have a workstation where you can look up the videos for how to use these machines if you forget how to use them. This cabinet here, this is where we're going to have our safety glasses. At every class period, you come in, you first come and you grab a pair of safety glasses out of the cabinet. At the end of class, safety glasses must go back into this cabinet so that we can sanitize them. We're going to go ahead and walk this way. The first thing that we'll run into is going to be our battery chargers. We have battery chargers here. We actually have 3. The other one is being used currently. This is the storage room. We do have fire extinguishers and a first aid kit and an eye wash station. Here's our parts cleaner station. These are some of the tools that we'll be using when we get into steering and suspension. These are our brooms, where we are going to make sure that we're sweeping the floors every day when we're done. We have floor jacks. This is a charging system machine for when you get into Auto 2. We do have more toolboxes, but we also have more workstations here. We have 1 computer here and 1 computer behind that toolbox. If you don't have your laptops, you can use those as resources in the class. This is 1, 2 brake lathes that we have that we're going to be using. We have engines, engine hoists, engine stands, that we will be taking these engines apart during class time and putting them back together. Here back in the back, we have our water hose. At sometimes when we're cleaning, we have to use this water hose to let the floors get clean. Then we have our overhead door. This is where we'll be bringing in our vehicles. Here in the corner, we have some more engines that we're going to be taking apart. Here in the back corner, it's a little bit hard to see because things are in the way, but we have our air compressor. This air compressor actually provides air pressure for the whole shop. We have our oil drain pans located here in this corner. And this red bin here, this is where we have some this is where we keep it's cat litter, but it's used for to put down for oil spills. That is going to absorb the oil spills that we have on the floors. This is one of our lifts. This is called an above ground lift. We have 1, 2, and 3 of those above ground lifts. Those are for raising the vehicles all the way up in the air. We have a bench grinder here. We have our air hoses here. We have 4 of these kind of located around the shop. Additionally, with those being located around the shop, we have some additional air hoses here, additional air hoses here, and then behind this pillar up here, there's another air hose just in case we need air when we're working on vehicles on the scissor lift. All right. On the walls, we also have the performance scales as we have in the shop. On this wall over here, we also have our expectations of when we need help, what do we do? As you see, we do have a few vehicles in the shop currently, but here on the wall, we have some more tools that you guys will be using. See a few more tools. Here is very important, these 2 panels. These panels, we need to make sure that we turn these on. These are for our overhead vents. These hoses hanging from the ceiling are exhaust hoses. This helps to keep the exhaust fumes out of the shop while we're working. You notice here we have another big toolbox. This toolbox actually houses more bigger tools, more tool sets that we will be using. Inside of here, this is another storage room where we keep some of the supplies, mostly tools, oils, and things like that. Fluids are held in there. Moving along, here on the wall, these 2 boxes here are very important. These are actually toolboxes that hold the torque sticks that we use when we're taking the lug nuts off of tires. And when we're putting the lug nuts back on, we need to use the torque sticks that are located in here. All right? We have 3 tire changing machines. This is one here, and one here. Along with the tire changing machines, we have two stationary machines that what they do is they hold the tires when we take the tires off the rim in order to fix flat repairs on the inside of the tires. All right, these stairs go up to the upstairs classroom, which we will not be using, but this is our main tool storage unit. Inside of here, this is where we keep all of our coolant flush machines, our AC machines, our transmission flush machines. Here in the corner, we have our flammable cabinet. Inside of our flammable cabinet, we keep gasoline, we keep torches, we also keep the different cleaners. Then here in the back, we have more tools. A lot of these tools we will be using eventually. But if you notice, this stuff is kind of organized. We want to keep it that way. We have wrenches all on the wall. Each toolbox does have wrenches. We have some jack stands. We have some transmission jacks. From here on the wall, we have more hammers. We have our welders, our torches. We have more welders here. And here in the back, we have another welder, and we have a few more tools. All right, this is kind of the layout of the auto shop. Typically, there will be a vehicle in each one of these racks, and as we see here, we have an oil spill here. This is where we had a vehicle leaking, so what we need to do is make sure that we put some cat litter down to absorb that oil and then clean this floor. All right. Above head, we do have heaters, one here, one here, one here, one here in the back corner, then one here. It gets cold in the shop, so we do make sure that we turn those heaters on in the wintertime. We also have more fire extinguishers kind of located around the shop. We will get to those when we get into the shop and you guys get more into shop safety. All right, so this is kind of a layout of how our auto shop kind of looks. One more thing, we have another workstation here where you can look up videos on how to use these tire machines. The videos are actually preloaded onto the computers. And then here in the back corner, we have another workstation video area where you will be able to look at how to use the brake lathes. We have an emergency exit here and another emergency exit here. If in case of emergency, we run out of those doors. All right, so that's kind of how our auto shop is laid out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.